So we are talking about the 2017 movie VOODOO, written and directed by Tom Custable. Now, the story here basically focuses on a young woman. Now, she's from New Orleans and she's basically travelling up to California to visit her cousin who is trying to make it as a musician. So she's basically kind of running away from her life. Her mother has died. She found out her boyfriend's actually married and was married to a voodoo priestess. You remember that bit? And she basically kind of runs off to Los Angeles to kind of spend some time with her cousin and kind of unwind. And the first half of the movie is really just these two girls are kind of milling around Los Angeles, having kind of a grand old time. And, a couple of minor sort of spooky things might happen. But more or less, it's just it looks like a holiday footage, basically. And then the second half of the film, well, I'll come on to that. So this is obviously quite a low-budget independent production. And let's talk about the first half of the film first. We'll kind of roll this in with the negatives. The negatives here are going to be the first half of this movie literally feels like you are watching someone else's home video. A lot of time is spent with people just kind of like milling around, chatting about kind of their lives and stuff like that, being chatted up by guys, going to restaurants. You got a cameo by Ron Jeremy in there. And it's all well and good, but you're thinking... You do feel like you're watching someone else's home video who you don't know. You're thinking, man, this is becoming a little boring. But let me tell you, this film certainly changes gears. The second half of this movie goes full on Evil Dead 2. I mean, this is basically like if Peter Jackson had directed As Above, So Below. It goes real messed up. Essentially, our kind of main character ends up going to hell in what I thought was going to be a brief sequence, but no, it's pretty much the second half of the film, and there is some weird, messed up things that happen in this place, basically, in a very long, bizarre portion of the film. So, if you like strange, weird, sort of satanic kind of imagery, babies being literally torn out of their mother's womb and eaten, people getting buggered, demons raping women, it's literally all in here. I mean, it's on the low budget side and kind of looks like one of these kind of like haunted house places that you kind of get in America. But nonetheless, I've got to say it was rather creative, but it kind of maybe outstayed its welcome a little bit too long. It's not really ever scary. I guess it's done with... it's not exactly realistic, shall we say, so you're not going to be kind of too dismayed with what you're seeing, but nonetheless, it was certainly a creative film. So if you do like the bizarre, if you do like the kind of like the definitely sort of demonic imagery here, I'm not quite sure how much there's actually have to do with voodoo, I've got to say. That kind of stuff is really... I don't know, it doesn't really seem like voodoo to me, but there you go. Not that I'm any expert on it. And I guess another point I wouldn't want to say, a lot of these kind of found footage films, they think, why would people film this? And this is definitely one of those cases. You're thinking, why are people filming this? And who is actually filming this part of the scene without kind of giving anything away? So there is a degree of that. But I've got to say, props for the kind of creativity here. I'm really just going balls to the wall with that second half. And it's such a departure from the first half. It really does come as quite a shock. Anyway, just for pure creativity in this one, I think it's worth checking out. I'm going to give this movie a 5 out of 10. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Leave me a comment and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.